Still rocking after all these years.
This is the story of my rock and roll butler.
This is it, the show that started it all. Often imitated, but never equal. From San Francisco, USA, online since 2004. It's the one and only Rock and Roll Geek Show. With the original Rock and Roll Geek, Michael Butler.
Welcome to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. My name's Michael Butler. Thanks a lot for joining me. I really appreciate it. Today is Friday, December 27th, 2024. It's 1 p.m. when I'm recording this show. I would like to say a happy birthday to the lovely Mrs., my wife, and I would also like to say another happy birthday to one of the singers in Featherwich, Natalie, and I'm about to burp up this fine lion's mane mushroom soup. I found some lion's mane mushroom. When I was walking the dogs this morning, I'm up here in the mountains, and I'm coming back from walking the dogs. I found a couple of lion's mane mushrooms growing on the bottom of an oak tree. So I made some lion's mane mushroom soup for lunch. So I'm burping up this lion's mane. I also am very privileged to have on the other line with me on the Zoom, the rock and roll copywriter, Chris Capelle. How you doing, Chris?
Super great. Couldn't be better. How you doing?
I'm likewise. It's past 12 o'clock, so I'm gonna open up first Tecate of the day, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Oh, that's good. Oh,
let me open up mine.
All right. What are you drinking? Hell, he's drinking a Coke.
Mexican Coke. It's a Mexican Coke. It's too early, and I gotta go out. I'm feeding my hair cutter's cat, and her daughter was supposed to come back today and isn't. Looks like she got held up in Germany on a connecting flight, so I got to go out again. I wasn't planning on it, so no heavy drinking.
What does the cat eat?
I just give it some dry food and the wet food on top. I go there twice a day.
Oh, okay. It doesn't eat no kind of gourmet cat food, raw lion food or anything like that? Okay.
No, nothing like that.
How was your Christmas, Chris Capelle, the rock and roll copywriter? By the way,
it was...
Go ahead, sorry.
No. It was lovely. Everything was very busy. This is, except for two minor things to do this weekend, official business-wise, I'm not doing anything this weekend. I'm going to love it. I'm going to see my kids, but it's been really busy up to now, and I've been just racing from here to there.
How did you celebrate Christmas?
How did I celebrate Christmas?
Or are you Jewish?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, we celebrate Christmas. On the 24th, I went over to my in-laws' house, ex-in-laws, with the children and the ex.
Ah, you guys are getting along. That's good.
No, we never didn't get along. Oh. And so we did that, and that's always down in Grande. That's always a good time. And then on the 25th, yesterday, I went to my ex's house and opened presents for the kids.
Oh, again, you saw them 2 days in a row.
Oh, yeah, I see them all the time. I mean, they live 10 minutes from me.
Do you and the ex ever, embrace and things like that? Or, unwind together or anything like that?
No, we haven't for 7.5 years.
How's the German doing? Is the German still in the life?
Well, we'll get to that.
Oh, okay.
I think we should start off with the first song to get in little season caroling spirit, seasonal caroling spirit, I guess is the right word. So, from my favorite rock and roll Christmas album, you do have the spreadsheet there.
Oh, hold on a second. I don't have the spreadsheet open. I have I have the playlist open. Let me open the spreadsheet. By the way, Chris Capelle is co-hosting the show today. If you would like to co-host the Rock and Roll Geek Show, go to rockandrollgeek.com and hit the donate button, and it'll tell you how you can do that. Chris Capelle is doing that today, and I always have a good time when Chris Capelle calls in. So, all right, I see. Okay, I don't need this spreadsheet because all it is the songs. I have the songs here. Oh, maybe I should have
order.
The order. You're right. How unprofessional of me. Oh boy, hold on a second here. Okay. Do you know I've been podcasting since a long time?
Oh, I have something to tell you about that, but do your thing. And
right.
after this,
I mean, the
song,
professionalism is just out of this world. Okay, here we go. Okay, we ready to start this thing?
Go for it. You're the producer.
Chris Capelle.
You're
Well,
in charge.
This is your show because you're co-hosting, or you're hosting the show. I'm just the co-host. By the way, for people who were tuning in, hoping to hear the top 10 of 2024, I have not put my list together yet, and I apologize. I'm behind in it, and I have to go look at everybody else. It's a lot of work. The reason I'm lagging on it, I'm auditioning for a band on Monday up here in Reading. It's an hour away from my house, and this is a touring country band, and I really want to get this gig. Believe it or not, I really want to play country. It's something I've never done before, and I find it to be a good challenge. And this guy has great tunes, and he plays all the fucking time. So I'm immersing myself in this guy's set list so that I can do a good job. But after that, I'm auditioning on Monday, and after that, I'm gonna put my show together. So it'll probably be around January 1st or 2nd that I do the top 10 of 2024. Did you contribute to that thread? I think there's probably about 100 people who contributed to it.
No, I'm not that tuned into all the new stuff like some of these guys,
Okay.
Phil Robinson and whatnot. They do far better than me. In tonight's music, it's nothing no one's hasn't heard before, but just it's kind of a theme show.
All right, well, good. So the first song we're going to play, and then we'll come back and talk. What's that on your hat? You're wearing a hoodie. We're doing the Zoom.
This is a Wacken hat, gift from the German.
Ah, nice. Was that your Christmas gift from her this year?
No, I've had this a couple years. She got me a Wacken shirt, a Wacken hat, a Wacken bottle opener.
Oh, nice. So she really is. She's a full-blooded German.
Yeah, and I am too, but we'll get to that too.
You know what they say about German girls.
I know what they say about German girls.
All right, first song. This is Chris Capelle's favorite Christmas song of all time.
Not song, just the album.
Favorite Christmas album of all time, which is the Ventures Christmas album. This is called Sleigh Ride.
Here we go, guys. We're rolling.
Here we go.
2, 1, 2, 3.
There you go. That is, of course, The Ventures. Can you hear that song? Did you hear it?
I couldn't hear the music,
Oh,
but
okay. We got some
whatever.
technical difficulties again, but I like that
As long
song.
as-
I've never heard it before.
the album's cool because every song has another song kind of incorporated in the song, like that has Walk Don't Run, and every song, and it's like from the mid 60s.
Right.
Old. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you very much.
You got a box. They sent you a package like
that's right.
a month ago.
Right here. I have not opened it yet.
Opening button mail.
Thank you for reminding me. It's right here in my hand. I have to get my knife out. With
you didn't even open it.
Have not opened it.
Self-control.
I wait till the show. I have a Swiss Army knife here, which is the Swiss Champ that I really love a lot. And Eric the Rock and Roll Plebe gave me this cool belt knife holder. So now I carry the knife on me at all times. So I just happen to have it at the ready. So let me open this package with this Swiss Army knife that's in the Rock and Roll Plebes. Ouch, I just cut myself. That's good. Okay.
Oh, nice.
All right, open. It is open. Let me put the thing back in its handy leather case, which was made. The leather case was made by a guy named Cam, and his home is in Mexico. This is number 4 batch. Okay. All right, let's open it up here. All right, first thing is a Rolling Stones tongue red hoodie, which is awesome, and it's my size.
Yes, it is.
That's from it's an official Stones. It's a Stones brand, and on the back of it, 2021 tour: St. Louis, Charlotte, Pittsburgh, Nashville, Los Angeles, Minneapolis, Tampa, Dallas, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Detroit, and Austin. Thank you very much, Chris Capelle. I'm going to put that.
Well, I'm going to tell you. Hold on. That's a special one because there was a silent auction donated by Keith Richards himself.
Did he
and I happened to win it. And he gave me this big stinking basket of Rolling Stone stuff. And check this out. Look in the camera. You can't really see it.
Oh, I see it. He's playing
That's my Keith Richards autograph. He's playing like a Les Paul Jr., but that's the Keith Richards autograph picture.
Wow, I wonder if I wonder if he wore the sweatshirt. I wonder if he wore the sweatshirt.
Yeah, he's a little guy, probably his size. I took the large. I still have a small one. My kids are too cool for that.
This sweatshirt was actually touched by Keith Richards. I'm going to assume that it is. All right, and we got another shirt, a Belinda Carlisle shirt.
I don't know how I ended up with a medium on that. So
that's what I wear as a medium.
That's why I sent it to you.
And Belinda Carlisle. Okay.
Are you wearing an Apple Watch?
Yes, I am. Ultra.
All right, very nice.
Yeah. I've had it a couple of years. I like this thing.
Yeah.
I never thought I would like an Apple Watch, but I was embarrassed about it for a while, but now that I'm 63 years old, I'm concerned about having a heart attack since most of the men in my family died at around this age of heart attacks. So I'm very paranoid. Not paranoid, but I'm very cautious about it. So
all right. I don't blame you.
All right. Also in the box, something in a paper bag here. All right. It's wrapped in a paper bag, brown paper bag. All right. Is this some... All right, something fell out. Looks like something broke. Oh, it's a Bass bottle opener. The tail broke, but I have glue, so I'm gonna have to glue it. Uh-oh. Okay. It's a Bass, I'm assuming. Yeah, it's a Bass. It's a pretty clean break, so I'm gonna glue that back together. Thank you very much, Chris Capelle. As you know, I collect bottle openers, even though most of the beer I drink is in the can. All right, what else we got? We got something from Amazon that feels like another bottle opener. I need to get the knife out. I know this is not great podcast listening, but I don't give a shit. All right, here we go.
You only turned 63 once, right?
That's right. A Moose bottle opener that screws into the wall. That's going to go on that wall behind me. That is a wooden wall, so that's going to go on the wall behind me. That is awesome, man. I really love that. All right. That... Oh, we got porn here? No, it's not porn. The Little Big Book of Legs. I got a Big Book of Breasts book. A little light reading and something for your foot fetish. Do I have a foot fetish?
Yes, you do.
Oh, okay. Towards the end of the book and more. Stay frosty, Chris Capelle. Oh, yeah. Hot Chick's Legs. Oh, let me see what we got here. Oh, yeah. And there's boobs, too, in this book. It's naked chicks with vagina, not vagina, but bush showing, feet showing.
Yeah, there's a couple of those.
Feet. Oh, yeah. This is, oh, yeah. That's awesome.
For your
too.
Unwinding pleasure.
I was going to say I might have to unwind after this episode.
Well, turn the camera off.
Okay, I won't be unwinding when you're on the show. And I think one more thing: Ray Davies' Americana, the Kinks, the riff, the road, the story. I didn't even know Ray Davies had a biography.
Yes, you do, because I called in with a book review years ago on that, and you said it sounded interesting, and I'm thin in the herd, so there you go.
Thank you so much, Chris Capelle. I'm going to be reading that too. There you go. That's very, very thoughtful and great presence from you, Chris Capelle. I appreciate it, friend. I really do.
All right, since it's your birthday, play track 2.
All right, track 2.
I can't hear.
All right, happy birthday. Maybe you need to look at your USB settings, because when you were just doing it with the AirPods, you could hear the music, right?
I can't hear the music.
When we were testing it, you could hear the music though.
Right. Well,
so maybe something's
right.
wrong.
Play the music.
Okay. So this is the
here.
Organ Beats, one of my favorites, Noelle LeBlanc. I think she's very talented, and I love this tune. This is the first song I've ever heard from the Organ Beats. Noelle LeBlanc was the singer for Damone. If you've never heard Damone, do yourself a favor. Those first 2 Damone records, do yourself a favor. All right. This is actually the first one especially. Happy Birthday, Come On Home. The Organ Beats record called Sleep When We Are Dead is also a fantastic record. This is Happy Birthday, Come On Home. This is also on the record that I was on with Ginger, the Haiti Project, which was a benefit album for the Haitian people when they had that earthquake, which I don't know if they ever got any money, but I was on that record. All right, here's Happy Birthday, Come On Home. Man, I love this tune. There you go, Organ Beast. Man, oh, sorry. I fucking love that tune, man. You still can't hear it, right, Chris?
I can hear a little bit.
Okay.
It's lousy, but I can hear it.
Man, that song is good. I love Noelle LeBlanc too. She's got another band now. They're kind of more of a grungy band. I don't like that as much as the Organ Beats. The Organ Beats I like even better than Damone. That's a great one.
On this new, go ahead.
I said
we're stepping over each other.
That's a great one. I'm clearing my throat. Okay.
On your new country, I was at the dentist yesterday getting my teeth cleaned, and they were playing some new country, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is horrible."
Well, I can play one of this dude's songs if you want to hear it. Oh, you can't hear it.
Well,
anyway.
Yeah, I can't hear it,
Okay.
but play it next show when you talk about your audition.
First of all, up here, country music is big in the bars, so you can get a lot of gigs if you're playing country music, and I want to play gigs. There is not any hard rock bands really locally up here, so I either got to play Doors covers or country covers, and if I got to choose between the Doors and Grateful Dead and country, I'm playing country. And this guy, first of all, I've never played country music before in my life, so I'm welcoming the challenge. I know my bodyguard Joe Pollack is going to unsubscribe after he hears that I'm auditioning for a country band. But I've never played country before, and I welcome the challenge. And like Adam Carolla said, you should always try to do something that's out of your comfort zone. So this is definitely out of my comfort zone because I've never played country. I've never heard any of these songs except for the Dwight Yoakam tunes that they're playing. And this guy plays like half originals and half country, Garth Brooks and stuff like that, and Travis Tritt, which I've never heard a Garth Brooks song in my entire life, and I'd never heard this guy's songs, but this guy's originals are really good, and he's a talented dude, and the guy is like the real deal because he's been like he's actually roped steers in the rodeo, and I think his wife is in the rodeo, and he's a real cowboy. So
nice. I'm
looking forward to the challenge, and I hope I get the gig because these guys play all the time, and I want to play all the time since I'm retired / unemployed. So the music might suck. You might think the music sucks, but if you ever go to a country music show, let me tell you something. It's a fucking chick scene, dude. All right? And that's all I'll say about that.
Wait, hold on. I just got texted by this woman's daughter to see if I.
Is she an AI? Is she running?
No. To see if I have to go feed this cat.
Okay.
Let's see what
da
she
da 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 da.
Oh, well, okay. I gotta tell her I had the keys. All right. So,
by the way, Chris Capelle, I got on his mailing list. He does he's a Macintosh Apple Mac specialist, and if you want to get some really good tips on Mac computers and your iPhones and all that stuff, go to, what's your website called, Chris Capelle?
ChrisCapelle.com's one of them. MacintoshGod.com's another. I was going to say that at the end if you want to subscribe when we are promoting our links.
He's an Apple authority, even though he can't figure out how to hear my audio. But that's probably it's probably my end.
I don't know. I'll talk to Casey. Maybe it's 2 against 1.
Exactly. Here's what I think it is. I got a new iPhone because it was time to upgrade, and it has a USB-C. And
that's what I got.
There's a little dongle here that I had used for phone calls, and it's a TTRS, whatever, something like that, and it's got 3 little. Anyway, I had to get a new dongle that takes the USB-C rather than the Lightning, and I think that has something to do with music not coming through the Rodecaster. So
I think Apple doesn't have a Lightning to USB-C adapter. They have the standard audio plug to USB-C.
That's what this is. The standard audio plug to USB-C.
Because I got a bunch of those old Apple earbuds that are unused, but
the thing is, on this Rodecaster, it doesn't use a standard audio plug. It uses a TRRS connection.
Oh.
Which is probably why it's not working, because it probably has something to do with that. The one little, it's got 3 little lines on the jack. On the TRRS had, instead of having being a stereo that has 2 little lines, this is geek talk. The TRRS has 3 lines, and I got a feeling that this audio to USB-C adapter only has 2 lines on the female. So that's probably what it is. So I got to figure out how to. I got to get on the Roadcaster forum. Maybe I'll talk to Dave Jackson, the podcast School of Podcasting guru, and ask him to help me.
Oh, I want to tell you this. I'd never told you this before. When you got inducted into the Podcast Hall of Fame, I emailed Adam Curry and asked, and I didn't mention who you were, and I asked him, I said, hey, I'm help writing the speech for someone. Do you have any keywords you want me to give him to throw in? And he never got back to me.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't.
He's gotten back to me before. I've emailed him 3 or 4 times before, and he's gotten right back to me.
Well, I guess he's busy. Who knows? Maybe
he's busy.
You got to You got to send him a donation along with the email, probably. I asked him to induct me, and he said thanks for the offer, but no thanks. So I got Dave Jackson School of Podcasting to do it.
Right.
And I tried not reading the thing. I had it written. I had the speech kind of written, but I tried not to read it, and I forgot about half the things I was going to say, and then I choked up, and the rest is history.
Okay, Biden.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of elections, this has nothing to do with politics.
Good. Thank God.
I heard Shockey got in a car accident. You said.
Oh yes. Did I say that on the show?
Yes, you did, because I wouldn't say it if you'd told me.
Yeah.
But I got in an accident too.
Uh-oh. Did your car get totaled?
No, it was the day after the election, and I was driving on the Merritt Parkway, and I was about a friggin' quarter mile from the house I grew up in, so it wasn't like I didn't know the territory. And it was like 70 degrees that day, and I leaned down to put the air conditioner on. And the thing is, it wasn't the dual wasn't on. It was, you had to do it twice. And I'm driving 60, and I look down to do it. I look up, and this friggin' traffic is stopped on this road. And I'm going 60.
Somebody.
Well, I don't remember what happened next. But I cut the wheel over to the right and got on the grass. Thank God I did that, because that would have been the worst day of my life, followed by more worse days of my life. But I just nicked the guy ahead of me. I almost missed him, but I just got the corner of his car with the corner of mine.
How fast when you hit his car?
Probably about 40.
Ouch. That's good.
But I didn't hit his car. I mean, I just grazed it on the side.
So you you probably spun his car around a little bit, didn't you?
No, it wasn't that bad. I didn't really hit him even that hard. And so we pulled over and whatnot, and his car just had like a scrape. But mine was a little more damaged, and it was 40 days and 40 nights in the shop because they had to wait for 2 parts. First, they had to go to the mechanic for some other stuff. Then I had to go to the body shop and get that. And that was I finally got the car back, and it's a Jeep Cherokee. And now, it kind of rattles where it got hit. I probably should take it back to there. I haven't decided what I want to do. I want to get a Mustang.
An old Mustang?
No. I used to have I've had 4 Mustangs. I used to have a Steve McQueen one, but as they always say, a classic car is a very expensive hobby. Let's put it that way.
What's a Steve McQueen? A 65?
No, he had a 60. The movie was 69 or something. 68.
Well, 69, 68.
But mine was an early 70s. Mine was the last year, and I can't find a picture of it either, and I don't know where my pictures are but that was the one, the 73 I had that long. It was the last year before the gas crisis, and this thing, the gas tank would just go down. You could watch it go down. But I want some driving music, so let's play the third song, some real driving music, just cruising music, nothing again nobody hasn't heard. But
all right, I
was listening to this.
I'll dedicate this one to the sheriff since he loves Deep Purple. That's what song this is, right?
Yep.
You want to talk it up?
Well, it's Deep Purple, their first hit. It's their old vocalist. They redid it with Ian Gillan, but it was not as good. And it was used in a Quentin Tarantino movie I saw a few years ago. So there you go.
Who was the original singer on this one?
Was it Rod Evans, I think?
Oh, okay. Rod Evans. All right, here's Deep Purple. We've all heard this one. This is a classic rock staple. Oh, I've never heard the werewolf. There you go. That was,
All right,
you know
cool.
how that was. You know who that was.
We all know that one.
Yeah.
All right.
A
So
little bit hippie song, but I don't mind the song. It's okay.
I don't mind some of that stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I had a rental car that was really low, a Malibu.
Uh-huh.
God, getting in and out of that thing was like 4 inches off the ground. I haven't had a Mustang since 2003 was my last one. And then, I started having kids and we got a Lexus and a Volvo, and you know how it is when you have kids. You know what they say about women who have kids.
Yep. Yep.
All right. I'm just going down my list. Well, why don't we just go into the next song? I dedicate this to you with your worrying about your heart disease. I had a little health scare myself. But it was cured. I mean, I'm
What was the health
recovery.
scare?
I don't want to go into it, but it's the kind of thing that when it works, you don't even notice it. And when there's a problem, you notice it. So,
Try to think what that is. The penis. You had something wrong with the penis area?
No. Nothing in that groinal zone. No.
The digestion area?
No. I got, I've only thrown up twice since the 1970s.
I'm talking about the other end.
No, I haven't. I got a pretty good.
All right. No diarrhea. Are we going to guess the health problem? Let's see.
We'll just leave it at that. But
AIDS crisis, maybe.
No
VD, no gonorrhea.
No, nothing.
No
nothing
herpes. No herpes.
No, nothing there.
Vision problem.
No, I wear reading glasses for like little stuff. But
what else? Heart problem.
No heart problems.
Liver.
No liver problems.
Kidneys.
No cirrhosis of the liver.
Urinary tract.
No urinary tract.
What else? What else part of the body is there?
Well, I don't know, but well, whatever.
You don't want to talk about it.
So play song 4, and that'll be dedicated to me and you and the sheriff and everybody else who wants to live forever.
Exactly. All right. Here is "Live Forever." Are you going to the Oasis concert when they come to your area?
Yes, they're playing 2 nights at MetLife Stadium.
Maybe I don't really want to know how your garden grows, 'cause I just want to fly lately.
Lightly.
Do you ever feel the pain in the morning rain as it soaks you to the bone? Well, maybe I just want to fly, want to live but don't want to die. Maybe I just want to breathe. Maybe I just don't believe. Maybe you're the same as me. We see things I'll never see. You and I are gonna live forever. I said maybe I don't really want to know how you got it grows. 'Cause I just wanna fly. Lately, did you ever feel the pain in the morning rain as it soaks you to the bone? Maybe I just wanna fly, wanna live but don't wanna die. Maybe I just wanna breathe, maybe I just don't believe. Maybe you're the same as me, we see things I'll never see. You and I are gonna live forever. 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 Gonna live forever.
There you go. Oasis.
All right. Not your wheelhouse.
I don't mind Oasis. I love that singer guy because his Twitter thing is hilarious. The guy's very clever. I like him, and they have decent songs. I got no problem with them. I'd go see the show if I didn't have to pay for a ticket. I would definitely play bass in their band in a second.
Well, I got tickets to both shows just to be safe.
How much was the tickets?
It wasn't really anything that outrageous. But I'm going with my daughter to one. My youngest daughter, Ashley, wants to go to one.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is either going to sell or if I get a chick to go. But
so
I'm also going to Coldplay with my daughter.
She's a Coldplay fan, I'm assuming.
She went with my ex to MetLife Stadium and thought it was so great that they're coming to Foxborough up in Massachusetts. So of course I'm a good dad and I'm going to take her. Yeah. And it's an overnight too.
How old is
I'm not driving.
You have one daughter or two daughters?
Two daughters. One's 22 and one's 19.
Okay. Where you live in Connecticut, right?
Yes.
How far is Connecticut from New York City or Philly?
Well, I will get into that. It's funny you mentioned that. I know where you're going, and you're saying what I'm gonna say.
Okay, we'll say it then.
But before I say it, so I got a list here of stuff I want to go now.
I'm gonna shut my mouth then. I'm gonna let you take over the show because you got a list of stuff.
You asked about the German. And the German moved back to California.
Where in California?
Down in the San Diego area.
Oh, okay. Southern California. So she's a right winger.
Yeah.
Then.
Well, her daughter moved back. Now, the reason she moved to Connecticut in the first place, she got divorced and she was in Orange County. And her daughter moved to New York City. So, and she just wanted to get out of California for a while. So she moved to Stamford, Connecticut. And that's when I met her 3 years ago. Just like this time of 3 years ago. So
she moved. She moved back to San Diego.
Correct, because her daughter moved back to L.A. Now her daughter moved. Well, yeah, her daughter moved back to L.A. So, and the truth of the matter, we did not make a good couple.
Oh, really? Okay. So she didn't. She did not invite you to go to San Diego with her then.
We got along great and we had a lot of fun and we did a lot of stuff. And the only time we didn't have fun was when it was quote being a couple. So I moved since my last Geek show. I've done this as my third one. My first time I did it, before I got divorced, is at my old house. And then next time I did it, I was at a place in Ridgefield. Your Tourette's is driving me crazy.
Oh, really? Tell me about it, man. How do you think I feel? So we're doing video. This is why I don't do video. This is why I don't.
But I like it that you put on the hoodie, though.
Rock and roll, Brian. What is his name? The rock and roll Brian Cranston. Blake Johnston. He busted my balls about my Tourette's. So, I was up here in Trinity having dinner with my wife at a bar/restaurant. And we're getting up and heading towards the door, and a guy stops me. He's sitting at a table right next to me, and he stops me and goes, Hey man, your eyebrows are going up and down like crazy? I said, thanks a lot, man. I got Tourette's. Fucking busting my balls on the fucking Tourette's. I'm sorry I have Tourette's. Everybody,
it sucks.
I wish Tourette's on all of you.
Ouch.
All right. Go ahead.
All right. So, anyway,
it's brutal, man. I'm going to audition for this band up on Monday. My eyes are going to be going crazy because I'm nervous. They're going to go, man. The guy knows how to play, but those fucking Tourette's is like, really, that's creeping me out. We can't have that guy in our band. He's going to chase people off.
Go look at Lars of Metallica.
Does he have it?
Oh, what? Just watch him. But anyway, so I moved.
Now I'm all self-conscious about my Tourette's.
Oh,
Thanks a lot, Chris
it.
Capelle. Fucking ass.
Stop being a drama queen. So
go ahead.
No, so I moved. I bought a place. I got this whole alimony nonsense all settled and whatnot. So I was able to buy a place, I'm really happy with this place. I've been here just over a year.
Is it a condo?
Yeah, it's a condo. It's one. I wish I had one more closet. That's my only complaint. I like the I love the neighborhood. I love the neighbors. I love everything about it. It's quiet. I can't pee off the deck like you do. I get in trouble.
I'm gonna have to go pee off the deck probably during next song.
All right, well, we'll do it.
No, I don't have to go. I don't have to go really bad, so I can hold.
Okay, well, you're gonna like the next song anyway. But
so we're still on the German. Go ahead.
Yeah, so she moved, and her idea was buy a place together or rent a place together in New York City, have a dog and this stuff, and I just have to live alone. I don't mind. I don't fear commitment. I just, I'm not ever going to do real estate with another person again because I did it with my ex, and that wasn't a problem, and we solved that. But it's a pain in the neck trying to,
split everything up when you break up.
Got divorced. I got bought out of my half, which is fine because she wanted the house, and that's fine. And I found out that until we refinanced the shared house under her name exclusively, it was affected my credit. So I got that all straightened out, and I got this place. But I think it bummed her out because, I think the idea of having a one-bedroom place was kind of saying, we're not going to move in together.
Oh, she figured that there's no future in it for you. So she said, I'm out of here.
Well, yeah.
There's no future in it for her. So she said, I'm out of here.
Right. But it's not that anybody did anything wrong or.
And why don't you make a good couple? Did you argue?
Because
she didn't like to do some of the things you like to do.
My parents didn't make a good couple.
Does she did not like anal and you or something like that, or
no, it wasn't anything like that. Okay. It just seemed that we used to spend time at each other's house, and I didn't like her place as much as mine. It wasn't that comfortable. It wasn't as nice of a building back when I was renting.
So when she said to you, I'm moving back to San Diego and you're not coming with me, what did you say?
No, she didn't say that.
Oh, what'd she say?
Was never. No, she just,
She just moved?
I knew it was coming. It wasn't like any big shock because I knew her daughter moved back. I knew it was going to happen. But yeah, it was just, it wasn't going to go any further. And like I said, I didn't have a problem where it was going, and it wasn't like I was holding on till I met somebody better. But just as far as being a couple, we'd go over to my house or her house, and if it was a night we weren't going to be together, it was a little like walking on eggshells for me. It was like, so anyway.
So did you met her on like a dating app, right? Or
yes,
dating site?
Correct.
What site was it? Match.com?
That was eHarmony.
eHarmony.
No, I was on Match. I'm going to talk about that later.
You were trolling for chicks on Match.
Yeah, well, I'll talk about that. But
so, are you still on those apps? Are you dating on those apps?
I'm going to start eHarmony. I was on Match this last recent.
They
year,
still use that because I
year.
heard there's an app called, is it Bubble or
Bumble?
Bumble, that's what it is. Yeah,
I think that's more of like a hookup site.
Oh, really? Because my sister-in-law, my wife's sister, met dudes on Bumble.
Well, depends what your goal is. Well, anyway,
what about what's the big one? The one where one where you swipe left and swipe right. Tinder.
Yeah.
Tinder's the hookup site, right?
Yeah, but I tried it when I was first single, and just so many of the women were like, want you to sign up for some sex site, and we're just using their pictures to get you to sign up for something.
You ever get laid on Tinder?
No, I only got laid on
eHarmony.
Match and eHarmony, but those are the only ones I ever took seriously.
How many girls did you get laid by, if you don't mind?
Well, I'll tell you in a minute. Let me finish this story. Okay. So anyway, the German, she was married to a guy in California whose father was in the CIA. So I heard a couple he was like in the last helicopter out of Vietnam or Saigon in 1975. So I heard some cool stuff you don't hear every day. My father had some good war stories, but nothing like that. Oh, and here's a little interesting tidbit about my childhood. This is neither here nor there. Okay. My father had slight resemblance to Bob Crane.
Hogan's Heroes.
The actor. So when I was a little kid, people would come up and they think he was, I didn't think so, but people would come up and think he was the guy from Hogan's Heroes. And his name, Capelle, Bob Crane. And I just want to say hello to the Mighty Quinn in case she's listening in.
Who?
The Mighty Quinn.
Who's that?
All right, so just the Mighty Quinn. Let's play, because we're talking about the German and she moved to California. Let's play the next song.
All right, let me pull up my spreadsheet here. The next song is next song is a Mr. Big tune. A cover. I'm assuming this is a cover, right?
Correct.
This is a cover of a Cat Stevens tune, which I happen to be a huge Cat Stevens fan, which is probably something that nobody knows. Cat Stevens, I think, one of the great songwriters of our lifetime. All right, here it is. Wild World. I'm going to go piss.
Now that I've lost everything to you, you say you want to start something new. It's breaking my heart, you're leaving. Baby, I'm grieving. But if you want to leave, take good care. Hope you have a lot of nice things to wear. But then a lot of nice things turn bad out there. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. It's hard to get back upon a smile. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. I always remember you like a child girl. get by just upon a smile. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. And I always remember you like a child girl. Oh, yeah. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. It's hard to get by just upon a smile. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. And I always remember you like a child girl.
All right, there you go. Great tune. Never heard Mr. Big's version.
Well, you played part of it when I gave my Mr. Big review, but we'll dedicate that one to the German. I still talk to her, so it's not like we hate each other.
You remember her like a child, huh? Okay.
No. Yes, let's just say this. I keep pretty good relationships with women.
You become friends with them after you bang them.
Yeah, I mean, let's just say out of all the women I slept with since I've been divorced, only one of them didn't wish me a happy birthday.
Okay.
So,
and will that be the number? Let's try to guess the number since the divorce. 40, 50?
Yeah, okay. Try dividing that maybe by 10.
So 4 or 5,
so I'm back
okay.
I'm going to be back on the dating site. I'll give you a dating report next year.
Yes, please. I love the dating reports. Everybody, any girls out there or any guys out there, if you know an eligible girl, send me an email, rockandrollgeek@gmail.com, and I'll connect you with Chris Capelle. He is a very eligible bachelor, good-looking dude, in shape. He can fix your computer, among other things, if you get my drift.
Yes.
And he can
I'm just
cook.
full of empathy for people with... Oh, never mind.
Go ahead. And for people with Tourette's, go ahead.
That's... all right, so this year... it was not a very exciting year in match, and it was just really... actually quite horrible.
Why?
I had 3 dates, and it just like nobody would get back to you. It's like a lot of dead accounts. People I saw 6 years ago, same picture, same stuff.
Maybe you need to move to a different dating site.
Well, I'm going to after the new year.
Maybe you need to go to a senior citizen website. The senior citizen dating ones.
Yeah, it's called Silver Singles, I think.
Silver
but I'm not
Singles.
There, even though my hair's turning gray.
What I would go on? What's the one about that's for farmers?
Farmers?
There's like farmersdog.com, farmerswife.com or something like that.
God, I wouldn't do that.
Hey, redneck chicks, man. These country girls. I'll bet you I've never had one, but I did. I had redneck girls.
You're from Jacksonville. Of course you had a redneck
Let me
chick.
tell you something about redneck girls. You know what they say about redneck girls?
No, that I don't know. I can tell you.
Bad.
I can tell you about Chinese girls, Jewish girls, German girls.
Try a redneck. Try a country girl. The country girls, they work hard for it. If you get my drift, they try very hard. Well, that being said, I got a city girl for a wife, so put 2 and 2 together.
I mean, I was before I met my ex. I was dating this Lithuanian woman who was over here, beautiful woman, and I met her. Long story, but I ended up going to Lithuania.
Oh, that tells you how Lithuanian girls are, friends.
Oh yeah,
chased her all the way across the world.
Oh yeah, so I was over there.
That's some good. Okay.
And then I ended up marrying someone who grew up 2 towns away from me. But anyway, I had 3 dates. So great.
Well, you had 2 kids.
Yeah, I got 2 beautiful children. I have no regrets. No regrets.
And why'd you get divorced?
Well, who said it was my idea? I mean, nobody lied or cheated or
she just decided she didn't.
Arrested or something.
How long were you married to her?
We got married in 2001 till 2018, so 17 years.
17. You've been with someone 17 years. Why would a woman who's been with somebody for 17 years suddenly decide she doesn't want to be with that person anymore?
Actually, we were together 2 years before we got
19
married.
years. Why would a person after almost 20 years decide they don't want to be with that person anymore?
I don't know. And people ask me why I got divorced, and my answer is, and I'm not being a wise guy, I don't know.
Huh. You didn't ask her.
Yes, I know.
Oh, it's none of our business.
Well, one day I was driving her. I had to pick her up at the car dealership or the repair shop, and I did ask her. And I mean, I don't want to go into it publicly, but it had more to do with her than me. Hey, I see that Cheap Trick poster. I gave you that one behind you.
Yeah, that's right. It's autographed right there.
I sent you that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm just giving you all this good stuff. All right, so I had 3 dates on Match this year. The first one, she wasn't bad looking. She could have used a little more personality. Could have used a little more style help, but she was nice.
How old was she?
No, I'm sure she was, 54, 56.
Okay. And how old are you?
Around that. Yeah, I'm the same age. I like women the same. I mean, my ex was 9 years younger than me. Go figure. The second one was one of these ones who just wanted
back to the first one. Was there any consummation with the first one? Did you get laid?
No, none of these.
None of them put out.
None of them.
So you had one date and it didn't last past the first date.
Correct. They had 3 dates. The second one just wanted a free dinner.
Right. I was going to say that. They just want a free dinner.
And the third one was actually from Australia, and she was pretty attractive, but she had a problem, and I've seen this so many times in the dating world, that she married a guy who already had kids, and she didn't have any kids with this guy, and then they get divorced, and they're all upset and bitter because they never had kids of their own, and the kids that they raised with the other guy don't like her anymore because they got divorced. So she was, I would have gone out with her again because she was attractive enough, but she sent me a thing and said we didn't vibe, which
we didn't
was
vibe. Hey man, we didn't vibe, man. It seems like it would be very awkward going on one of these online dates.
Oh, sometimes it's terrible. And I wasn't in the mood, a lot of them, and it was just I didn't have a great attitude going in, so I'm going to try and cure that. All right, so let's go to the next song. Speaking of dating,
maybe you should go in and maybe you should fake some Tourette's. I'm guessing maybe there's like a little pity if you had Tourette's, they might feel sorry for you.
Wouldn't I come in with like a cane and limp?
Yeah, say you got diarrhea and you need somebody to.
Well, I don't know about that. So
because I had on Good Clean Fun, I had a theory that my theory was. Maybe it was mad at Dad, but the theory was if you had diarrhea, girls like guys with that kind of stuff because they can help that they can what do you call it? They can be they can mother them.
I don't want a mother. I know how to cook. I know how to clean. I know how to shop.
What do you want, Chris Capelle, the rock and roll copywriter?
Well, what do I want? I want you to play the next song, which talks all about.
You don't want any games.
Dating site.
They all play games?
It's all games.
Huh. What is the game? Because I have not been in the dating scene I'm going on 35 years of marriage.
Well, yes. But every time you talk about it, you sound like it's about to fall off the cliff.
Well, that's because my wife, it's all in her court. The ball's in her court. So. Well,
it happened to me, but she just announced. But anyway,
I don't wish that upon anybody that the guy's wife wants to break up with him, especially after a long marriage.
Yeah, but just put it this way: it was probably the right idea, maybe not the right way of going about it.
I always thought that it would be easy for guys to get girls after they're divorced. If you go for someone in the, I guess I must be wrong.
Oh, the last time I was on Match, and you remember, look it up,
sex
the time I was drank a whole 6-pack of IPA when I was
kept the party going all the time.
But that was, I was talking about this.
Maybe you're only picking girls that are super hot.
And that's a problem. Why?
I don't know.
I have a
Maybe
friend.
If you get a girl who's not as hot, she might be a little bit more open.
No, I have a friend, and his theory in life was, he goes, if you want to score with a woman, find the best looking one in the place and go for her not so good looking friend.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. Have you tried that?
Well,
No, you go
not
for the
on
best
this.
looking one.
You meet them at a bar, and one thing I don't like, I don't like
never pick a
sitting at a
girl up at a
bar
bar.
and looking at each other. I'd rather look at it across a table.
Maybe you need
all
to get
three dates.
Go ahead.
No, all 3 dates I had this year were sitting at a bar. You know, I'm looking at.
Oh,
I don't know that.
Why don't you meet at a table instead of the bar?
Well, it just worked out that way. But
what if you met at a sex club?
Sex club.
Hey, I'll meet you. Hey, we're going to
maybe?
go to a swingers party on our first. All right. I don't fucking know. I'm not on the dating scene. I would hate to be on the dating scene. If my wife breaks up with me, I'm going to fucking be dead, man.
Oh, stop it. Do you ever see the movie The Ice Storm?
No.
Okay, The Ice Storm was written by a guy who lived in my town. It's based on, he says, a true story. I don't know how true it is. There was a big ice storm in the 1970s. And he said, and my parents were not into this stuff, but they used to have these things called key parties where you go to this cocktail party and you all throw your keys in a basket. And it's like you pick out a key and you have to sleep with that person.
You have to sleep with that person.
Yeah, it's like a swingers thing.
That's only in the movies.
Well, this guy said it was true, but that was like the friggin' north end of New Canaan, where I grew up. But
so
play
they probably screen everybody, so everybody's got to be good looking, right?
Well, they're all good looking. They're all, I grew up in a town. It's more so now, but it's a pretty rich town. It wasn't not so much when I was a kid. Yeah, it was, but I mean, you look at, and it's not bragging or anything. It's just the town I grew up in happened to be one of those, New York City suburbs where,
Okay, so you consider yourself a good-looking guy then?
Yeah.
Are you in a band? I know you play bass, so are you in a band right now?
No, I'm not in a band right now.
Maybe you need to do that.
I had a woman, actually. There's one woman on Match. She's been on there for as long as I have. So I don't think she was all that attractive or appealing or something. It wasn't like, but I just texted her or messaged her. I said, look, you've been on this as long as I have. Can you just look over my profile and tell me? And she's telling me, don't do this picture, don't do that picture.
Oh, you're asking her for advice.
What she saw. And I'm going to send you 2 things after you play this song, 2 pictures. But and she said, don't say you're playing a band because women don't like that. And
really?
like,
girls don't like that? I would think they do.
And it's not like I'm going on tour with a country band or something. It's just I go to the open mic night and play a Clash song and turn the volume up.
I'm trying to figure out how to pick up a chick when you're 56 years old and attractive, dude. Because you got to say you're rich is what you got to do. You got to say I'm loaded with money. That's got to be it.
No, because no. Well, see, I don't want to get involved with there's a whole divorce scene around here.
A divorce scene? I don't know. What's a divorce scene?
I know all these women, and a lot of them are very attractive. And and I'm friends with them, but I don't want to get involved with people.
You don't want girls who are divorced?
Their kids know my kids. You know what I mean? I want to get, it's like the German. I want to get involved with someone that nobody knows. We don't know any of the same people.
So you don't want to bang any of your friends' ex-wives?
Yeah, and there's a couple of them, and actually
you don't want to do that. That's not good to do. I wouldn't do that either.
Well, I just don't want to get involved in that. There's this one woman who's I'm very friendly with. She's divorced in the same scene as I am, and I'm friends with her. But I don't.
Same scene.
Yeah, because we're all because we all know each other. We all have kids that went to school together. It's like half the people are divorced. It's like a 50%, and there's just a lot of it.
I would think that would be easy to find a girl then like that if you get one of these.
Well, you would think, but she has this really hot friend, and turns out this friend is an heir to the Tampax fortune. I thought that was pretty funny. I'm like, oh, there's the friend you visit once a month.
So do you say, hey, will you hook me up with your friend? Your friend's hot. What's her deal?
Well, her friend is hot. And she's also married and cheating on her husband. Well,
she's cheating on her husband?
That's what I heard. But I don't need to know. I don't I don't want to.
You don't want a girl who cheats on someone, because then she's going to cheat on you.
Yeah, but if they're cheating their husband, then you get some dude after me, and I don't need that.
You don't want her husband fucking chasing after and killing you. That's a good thinking, Chris Capelle. That's why you got the Macintosh newsletter.
Yeah, play the next song, and I'm going to send you a couple things that you can read.
Okay. Georgia Satellites. Another cover, which is Games People Play. What is that? I'm trying to. Who wrote that? Who did that song?
I'm going to tell you when you're done. Play the song, and I'll tell you when you're done.
All right, going to piss.
Now, well, every night and every day now, well, them are meaning what they say now, never say what they mean. You know they while away the hours, well, in their ivory towers, well, to be covered up with flowers in the back of a black limousine. La da 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 da, la da 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 dee. I'm talking about you and me, and the games people play. We make one another cry. We break our hearts and we say goodbye. We cross our hearts and we hope to die. Glad the other was to blame, but neither one would ever give in. So we gazed at an 8 by 10, wondering about the things that might have been. And it's a dirty rotten shame. La da 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 da, la da 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 dee. Well, I'm talking about you and me, and the games people play. Now, wait a minute, we come on walking up to you, we're singing glory hallelujah, and they try to sock it to you, in the name of the Lord. They're gonna show you how to meditate, or read your horoscope, cheat your fate, and furthermore to hell with hate. Come on and get on board. La da 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 da. Well, la da 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 dee. Well, I'm talking about you and me, and the games people play. What's been happening to you and me? God grant me the serenity to remember who I am, because you're giving up your sanity, all your pride and your vanity. You turn your back on humanity, and you don't give up. La 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 dee. I'm talking about you and me, and the games people play. I'm talking about you and me, and the games people play.
There you go. Great tune. Now, who did the original Games People Play? That was Georgia Satellites, obviously. Great
Correct.
slide
A lot
guitar
of people,
player, man.
Yeah, the Tesla did it. Inner Circle did it. A bunch of people did it.
Georgia Satellites did it best.
That was written by Joe South, who actually wrote the Deep Purple song, too. Okay. There you go.
What was his band called, Joe South?
I think it was just Joe South.
Oh, okay.
He did Walk a Mile in My Shoes. Oh, all right. I'm having my water number 1.
You sent me a text from a girl on Match.com.
Yes.
Named
and this is
Tracy.
Yes. So you can read it.
Hi, Chris. I realize we live in was this an unsolicited text?
Yeah,
unsolicited message, I mean. Hi, Chris. Yeah. I realize we live in completely different states, but I absolutely had to reach out to you to tell you that you have the best profile I have ever read. By far. Witty, intelligent, pertinent info with a twist of humor and kindness. Kudos to you. That chick was hitting on you.
Yeah, but she lived in Indiana or something.
And so and you said, what? Thanks for the kind words, and then I can't see the rest of the reply.
I wrote probably 5% of the women totally the women who get me is the thing.
Here's what. Go ahead. What?
No, I can say.
Read me what your reply said.
No,
Only 5% of the people that get me.
Yeah, or something like that.
Here's what I would have said. Now I don't know. I'm not in the dating scene, but I would have said, "Hey, thanks for the kind words. You live in Indiana, but that's actually not too far from Connecticut. Why don't you look me up if you're ever in town? Here's my phone number."
Oh, I do that with women in New York. I'm like, these ones from Manhattan.
Yeah, but this chick hit on you.
I know, but she lives, maybe it was Montana. I don't remember. It was nowhere near where I lived.
So, but you didn't say that she was clearly hitting on you.
I understand.
It's only a plane flight away. Say, hey, thank you for the kind words. I'm going out to Indiana next week. Let me know if you'd like to get together. Here's my phone number.
Yeah, okay. Now, if you read the other one I sent you, now this made me sick. This isn't even funny. This is a woman. I spoke to her on the phone, and I looked up her phone number and found this.
Okay, you spoke to her on the phone. You Googled her phone number.
And this article came up.
Huh.
I redacted her name.
Wow. A Plymouth couple is... It's great. I fucking
don't even read it. It'll bring the show to it.
I'm telling you, I'm interested in this shit. This is fascinating to me because I'm not in the dating scene. I know there's a couple of people on here who are going through divorce on this. There's a couple of friends of the show who I'm not going to mention their names who are going through divorces as well. So, or have went through divorces and are probably on the dating scene. So I'm fascinated by this shit. And they probably are too. So
I think you're prepping for the inevitable that's coming.
No, I'm not putting that out to the universe. I'm putting out to the universe. I want to stay married for the rest of my life. I don't want a divorce. Okay? I'm just fascinated by it.
It may not be your choice.
Yeah, well, let's hope. Please, God, don't let my wife divorce me. Let my wife stay with me. Okay. A Plymouth couple. So you Googled her phone number, which you got to pay money. You got to actually pay money to reverse look up somebody's phone number, I think.
No, I just Googled her phone number, got her name, and then I took her name and
A Plymouth couple. Where was Plymouth? Massachusetts?
No, that's
Plymouth, Connecticut. A Plymouth couple is facing child abuse charges stemming from the discovery that their infant daughter had 17 rib fractures. Police suspect the girl's father something, and shook the baby violently over a period of several weeks. When she was examined at 6 weeks old, the doctor discovered she had broken ribs. The parents had given police several contradictions. Okay, so the woman was known, the child's mother, 38, also known as this name, is already on probation and connected with an incident last year in which she allegedly ordered that a sick puppy from her kennel be thrown into a dumpster. Then she allegedly told witnesses to lie about it to police.
Yeah, so that's who calls me up.
She called you on the phone.
Yeah,
and she's good looking.
No, but that story's from 1997. That's not.
Oh, I'm sure I'm sure she's changed.
Yeah, well, yeah, whatever. But anyway, so I told you, I'm still on good terms with most of the women. I can text them, and a bunch of them gotten married. A few of them who I've been out with, including the one who worked at the Apple store, now got married.
Is your wife with somebody else now, or your ex-wife?
No.
And there's no chance of you guys getting back together.
No.
Maybe
it's.
So your point is that you attract crazy women?
Well, I have. I used to. Well, the crazy. Well, no, never mind.
I'm telling you, this chick who hit on you from Indiana, that's not far away from Connecticut. That's a 2-hour plane flight.
Far away.
It's a 2-hour plane flight.
It's friggin'. Stop it. I don't even remember if it was Indiana. It might have been Georgia for all I know, but it wasn't anywhere close. But anyway.
So do you, maybe I'm sensing that you talk about yourself a lot during these dates.
No.
You don't? Okay.
Well, I mean, you try not to.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I still on good terms with a lot of these women, even some of them who got married. So play the next song because that's kind of the theme of the next song.
Are we getting off the dating talk, or we want to stay on the dating talk?
Well,
let's stay on.
Play the song.
Let's stay on it.
Play the song, and you've got 5 more minutes of that. And then,
friends, if you are on the dating scene and have any advice for Chris Capelle and me, if my wife decides to dump me, which God forbid, send an email, rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. Let us know your secret to picking up chicks or to finding a,
or post it on the Facebook page.
You're looking for a girlfriend, or you're looking to get laid, or get laid number one. You want to get laid number one and girlfriend
that
number
helps.
2.
No, I'm happy to, I don't fear commitment. It's just
maybe you need to get back get on Tinder.
No,
or go to
that
church.
Really wasn't good. Well, I'll talk to you about church. Play the next song.
Have you been on Tinder before?
I told you I went on there, and it was just the women just wanted you to sign up for these sites.
Oh, okay. Oh, got it. It was a bunch
so
of,
it's like, oh, we like you. Sign up for this site, and we'll get together.
Right. Okay. I knew the bride when she used to rock and roll.
I knew the bride when she used to rock and roll.
I think it's with Huey Lewis and the News.
Oh, it's the best of Nick Lowe. So this is maybe a remake.
Yeah, I think he did it like with Rockpile, but this I think is the version he did with Huey Lewis and the News as his backing band.
Okay, Nick Lowe.
I knew the bride when she used to rock and roll. I knew the bride when she used to rock and roll.
Another great tune.
Well, the bride looks a picture in the gown that her mama wore when she was married herself nearly 27 years before. They had to change the style a little, but it looked just fine. Stayed up all night, but they got it finished just in time. Now the arm of her daddy
party. I knew the bride when she used to rock and roll.
All right, you just sent me a picture of the Lithuanian. She's fine.
Yes, those were the days.
You had you were not gray hair, so that was many years ago.
Oh, that was 1998.
Yeah, she's good looking. What happened with her?
Well, she had a kid in Lithuania, and I was over there, and I was seeing if I wanted to live there, and I didn't. And again, it was, a matter of probably we just took our relationship. She wasn't the right one, is basically it. And it was a different story then because, I was looking for, the full-time, have kids, get a house together kind of thing.
What's she look like now?
I last time I saw her was when I was leaving the airport in Lithuania in 1998, and I never go back, to former, I just don't want to, probably be disappointed.
From Forbes.com, the best dating sites for people over 50. Compare top-rated dating sites for 50 and over to help you find the perfect platform. The number one is eHarmony. That's what you're on, right?
Well, I'm going to be, yes.
Ah, you haven't got on. Oh, so you did the same Google search I did.
No, I think the quality of women on eHarmony is better.
Match.com is number 3.
Well, you're getting a brain operations. You want to go with number 3 or number 1?
Yeah. Christian Mingle is number 10.
Oh, let me ask you this. Speaking of Christian Mingle, you've never, what was your religious upbringing?
I didn't have a religious upbringing. I was baptized Catholic, but didn't have a religious upbringing. My mom took me to a Unitarian church a couple of times because she was like, a hippie chick. So I didn't really have a religious upbringing. My daughter went to a Catholic church or Catholic school. I go to Catholic church sometimes. So I don't really have a huge religious upbringing, but I don't know about picking up chicks at church. I've never, I wouldn't know. I've been out of the dating scene for 35 years, so I don't know.
Well, I went out with a woman whose father was a minister once, if that means anything.
Huh. Is that true like Alice Cooper says, or did Alice Cooper say it? No. Frank Zappa said it.
Oh, okay.
Here's the AI overview. AI says silver singles. A site and app that uses a personality test to match users based on blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Don't listen to AI.
Reddit. What dating app for the over 50 crowd these days? What's better than more zombies, Oh, God. I had to go to Reddit, didn't I?
No, you don't go there.
What do these things cost you every month?
Well, I get if you sign up and don't pull the trigger, you start getting emails.
Right. She looked at your profile.
Well, I haven't even set a profile, but, I'll just wait for the next, probably after New Year's Day, I'll get a thing that says, Happy New Year. Make it a good one. Here's 25% off. I'll wait for that.
When you signed up for Match.com, did you use the promo code RockGeek?
No, I didn't, because when I did it, you were long out of it.
Oh, okay. All right. I wonder if RockGeek still works.
Well, I'll try it, but I did.
Oh, what about OkCupid?
I don't know. I've never tried that one.
I'll try OkCupid and Bumble.
Well, when this guy who used to work on my house, this handyman guy, he didn't know how to use a computer and do anything, but he was good at fixing stuff. But he wanted to get onto Match. This is back 20 years ago, and I hooked him up with a computer and Match, and I used the code. So you gotta, and he ended up getting married to this chick.
Wow,
I don't know
there
if
you
he's
go.
Still married.
Should have got extra money.
He was funny because he used to come over to our house and he'd say, I used to put my tickets when you got tickets. I used to put them on the bulletin board. And he's like, oh, you go to all these great shows. So he goes, Bob Seger's coming to Madison Square Garden. I said, all right, I'll get tickets. So I went to Madison Square Garden with my handyman to see Bob Seger.
Yeah. I would check out Bumble.com because my sister-in-law swears by Bumble, and she's not bad looking. And I've seen some of the guys she's been with, and they haven't been the greatest looking guys. So Bumble might be a good option.
Well, good. I'm not bald. I'm not fat, so I got that going for me.
Yeah. And have you ever tried a fat girl? I have not, but have you?
Well, I went out with this kind of first girlfriend. She was the kind of people. This is in the 80s. Mm-hmm. People used to say, 80s. This is what they used to. This is what they used to say. What adults used to say about this kind of girl. They'd say, she's really pretty, but if she lost a few pounds, she'd be really beautiful.
Well, you know what?
She was one of those.
You know what they say about fat girls, right?
No, I don't.
They fuck.
If you've noticed, I kind of go for the
I had a friend who had a band, and they had a song called "Fat Girls Wanna Fuck."
Well, there's "Fat Bottom Girls" by Queen. There's
there you
Skinny
go.
Bop by Poison.
Try it. Give it a try. It might be good.
I'm not interested.
Not obese girls, chubby chicks.
No, I don't think so. But
no,
maybe if they got a pretty face.
Yeah,
but,
of course, fat, chubby chick with a good-looking face.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
I will give a date report next year. All right, so you're coming to New York. You asked me if I was. Yes, I'm going to the birthday show in New York.
Oh, you are good. Well,
yes.
Let me know. I will put you on the list. If you just promise.
I'm letting you know. This is letting you know.
Promise me you'll buy a shirt. Buy a shirt.
Yes, I will buy a shirt.
We got to get some people out to this show. Bring somebody.
Now, the reason I was moved the week you were playing in Massachusetts last year was two things happened. Number one, it was the week I was moving, which was a pain in the neck. And this, I had to move my whole life from Ridgefield down here to Norwalk. Now I'm on the coast in Connecticut on the southwest, so I'm near New York. I'm 2 towns away anyway, so I'm right on the New York border practically. And also, you had Don from the dog park. I had a Don from the dog park, a couple. Mm-hmm. And the woman that same week, she fell and she was in the hospital. And I was driving her husband, who's now 94, to and from the hospital. Now she died last May, unfortunately. Lovely woman. And no, I'm not getting a house from them like you did. But they
like my daughter.
They
did.
do. Well, it's still you. I live in an expensive place, but San Francisco's probably more expensive than out here. I mean, these are like the 2 most expensive parts of the country. So just for me to be able to buy my own place is, thank God I got it, because, rents here are ridiculous. So
Well, I look forward to seeing you in New York. That'll be nice. Hopefully, we can get some more people will come too. Adam Gerstein is coming, and I don't maybe.
Oh, good! I got to meet him. I've never met him.
Some other people will come too. If you're coming to any of these shows, let me know, friends. rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. I'll put you on the list.
Adam Gerstein should co-host because he's right up there with the sheriff.
He's been to shows.
Oh my God, he's got an amazing portfolio of concerts he's been to.
Yeah.
He's a real New Yorker too. All right.
What else you got on that list that you made up here on your notes?
On my notes while I'm talking.
We're an hour and 36 minutes into this. We're not.
All right. Well, we got a few more songs and I'll get the hell out of here.
No, I like hearing the stories. I think we pretty much we pretty much did the dating thing.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I wish I had more to say, but I don't.
Again, if you know a girl that might want to hook up with, or not hook up, but
what about your sister-in-law?
she found a guy on Bumble, and now they're together.
Well,
so try Bumble. So if you know a girl,
I was trying to get into the Butler family, but I guess that's not going to work.
Maybe she'll break up. Who knows? Maybe
it's only a 5-hour plane ride from New York to San Francisco.
Yeah, and it's even less of a plane ride to Indiana, where the woman hit on you. If anybody knows, if anybody's got a girl knows a girl, single and freshly divorced, that wants to put out, she must put out. She must put out on the second date, not the first date, but second date. She likes bass players who are not fat, who run a lot, wear glasses. Middle-aged man. Not a super nerd. He's kind of a little bit nerdy, but he has good rock knowledge. If you know a girl who's looking to find a man, send me an email, rockandrollgeek@gmail.com, and I will forward it over to Chris Capelle. And if Chris Capelle, if you end up getting a girlfriend from the Rock and Roll Geek show, you owe me, motherfucker. Big time.
Okay.
Well, no, actually, I owe you because you sent me all this stuff, so I actually owe you. So we'll be even.
No,
we'll be even.
It's a fair trade.
We will be even.
All right. When I moved, now here's another not so funny story.
Remember Anita? Did Anita hit on you too? Because she hit on Michael Street when he came up, stayed at my house.
No.
Oh, good. Thank God. That woman was. You don't want. I can't. I wouldn't wish her on my worst enemy.
Well, when I lived in Ridgefield, like not last August, but a year ago August, I had this neighbor. We had these condos and the two doors were right next to each other. And this guy was a lawyer, and he's like a few years older than me, probably several. He was born, I don't know, he was in his late 60s, I guess. And I would talk to him and I helped him with a couple computer things. He was a good guy. He's my neighbor. Like, if you remember Lawrence from Office Space, the guy who lived next door, he was that guy to me. And, and he was divorced, twice divorced, one more than I'll ever be. Mm-hmm. And,
don't say that on the show. You got to put the thought of marriage. You got to keep that open to the chicks, because if you tell these chicks you're never getting married, that's a strike one.
No, I'm not getting married again. Oh, but that's not There's a long story behind
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that on the first date.
I would not saying it on the first date, but it's out there. It's I don't want to lead them on, but anyway. So I didn't see this guy. I saw him on the weekend in August of a year ago. I didn't see him for a few days, but it's not like I saw him every day. And one Friday night I came home and there's police cars there. And I'm like, what the hell? Why is the police around my unit? There's 3 police cars. And I walk into the vestibule. There's, stairs up where we were, and there's 2 people underneath us. And this woman's crying. And she's like, Neil's dead. They found the poor guy who lived next to me dead in his place. And that's the second time that's happened to me. My first apartment in Darien, the woman who owned it, she was 80 years old and she died. And I was the one who found her. I didn't find this guy, but don't move next to me.
That's not looking good for the dating. And so, all right, if you know a girl who doesn't mind a guy who has a history of killing people or people dying to live next to him, and he doesn't want a commitment, this could be the guy for you.
Well, the apartment I had in Darien, which was 30 years ago, wasn't it? 2000.
I
found
1994
when that happened.
Yeah.
No, I was paying $375 a month to live on a private road in a basement. Yeah, it was a tiny apartment, but I didn't care. I didn't need a big place. So for, Don from the dog park and Mary Lou, my friend who died, and everybody we lost. Play the Ozzy Osbourne song, and we'll cut it off halfway because it kind of drags on at the end.
All right. We have learned a lot about Chris Capelle, the rock and roll copywriter, on this episode of the Rock and Roll Geek Show. And I, for one, am happy about that because I like knowing the people who are friends of the Rock and Roll Geek Show. That's, yeah. I like learning. So we've learned, I feel like I know you way better than I did yesterday, Chris Capelle.
You did yesterday, yes.
All right. See you on the other side from Ozzy Osbourne. I sense a theme in this playlist.
Yeah, it's
well thought out.
All have, every subject we get a song.
So we got a note. We have notes for each song then.
Yeah.
I wish I'd have known that. I would have played along. It took me that long to finally figure it out. See, the chicks wouldn't like me because it takes me too long to figure shit out.
Well,
but it took me. Go ahead.
That's your drinking and smoking does it. I've never even inhaled a cigarette in my life, so there you go.
I haven't smoked any pot today, so maybe I will after
today.
this.
I've okay. Yeah, I haven't even had anything to drink, and apparently this woman's daughter is going to feed the cat, so I don't have to go out.
Good.
And I have a question for you after this song, which has nothing to do with any of this, but it's an area of your expertise.
Okay, this song is 6 minutes, so we'll take it halfway through the song. Here's Ozzy.
Yeah, once you get to the boom 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 part, just cut it off because it's like late Aerosmith songs that just drag on 6 minutes and 48 seconds. We don't need that.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna piss again. Number 3 time I've had to piss. Number 3.
Thousand voices whispering. The time has passed for choices. Golden days are passing over. Yeah, I can't seem to see you, baby. Although my eyes are open wide, but I know I'll see you once more. When I see you on the other side. Yes, I'll see you on the other Leaving, I hate to see you cry. Grieving, I hate to say goodbye. Dust and ash forever, yeah. Though I know we must be parted, as sure as stars are in the sky, I'm gonna see you when it comes to glory, and I'll see you on the other side. Yes, I'll see you on the other side.
All right, there you go. I've never heard that song before. Who wrote that?
Yeah, that's past his golden period. All right, let me ask you something about your show.
Okay.
There's a lot of artists you never play. Like I wrote some down. I mean, a lot of them I get it. The Eagles and Pink Floyd. 'Cause
I actually like
that's
both
classic,
bands.
Right, but that's classic rock
Yeah, you
radio.
hear
so
them on the
everybody
radio.
hears them. Yeah. But how about like the Police or the Clash or any of that stuff?
I like the Clash. I'm not a fan of the Police. I know a lot of people are, and and I don't begrudge them for being a fan of the Police, but I'm not. I saw the Police play during their heyday, and Joan Jett opened. That was where the Pissing at the Joan Jett show was opening for the Police.
Oh, nice.
But I'm not a fan of the Police. I have nothing against them, but I like the Clash.
I never hear them on the show. I mean,
London Calling, great album. I love London Calling.
Billy Squire,
Say you stand by me. I love that tune. Train in Vain.
Yeah.
That's the question. That's all. That's it.
No, that wasn't the question I want to ask you.
Oh.
What I want to ask you is, now that I don't have to go out tonight, I can stay home. I've got a boneless pork chop and some asparagus and some angel hair pasta, which I'm going to cook. How do you suggest I prepare the pork chop?
Put some salt on it, salt and pepper on it, 30 minutes before you cook it. Get the pan searing hot with oil. Put it in.
Got it.
It's a thin cut.
No, it's kind of thick.
Get that pan ripping hot. Throw it in there. Leave it in there. Flip it after 2 minutes. Flip it again after 2 minutes. Then flip it again and take it out of the pan and let it rest. Take that pasta. You got any anchovies?
I don't like anchovies. No anchovies, please.
You would like anchovies if you did. Take that. Put some olive oil, some garlic in a pan. Cook the pasta. Throw it in that pan. Then throw the asparagus in there. Actually, do the asparagus first, then throw the pasta in with the asparagus, and there's your meal.
No, there you go. What
but
about
I would
any
prefer
kind of
to
spices?
use. I'd prefer to use anchovies and the oil in the anchovy can, and throw the pasta, the cooked pasta, into that along with the cooked asparagus. What
about any rosemary?
Throw some red pepper flakes. Not rosemary.
Okay,
you put some rosemary on that pork chops if you want.
That's what I meant. Yeah, that's the one I was asking about.
Yeah.
And
don't overcook the pork chop. Do not overcook it.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
That's how I would do it, but I'm not the greatest cook, but that would be a decent meal.
Well,
super easy.
Cooking with Butler. I mean,
that's a super easy meal. I like I said, I just made some lion's mane cream of mushroom soup. That was delicious.
Yeah, I can make stuff like that. I mean, I just went down to the bodega down in South Norwalk. I had to get some kale. With kale was okay. Sometimes they have kale like the size of a baby there.
Kale, I don't like kale. You got to cook the shit out of kale.
No, I just put it in my smoothie and for breakfast. Oh. You don't even taste it. And I got some asparagus, which looked okay. It wasn't. Usually this store's got great produce. Today it was decent, but it wasn't as great as it was. And I got the Mexican Coke, and I went down the block to the Space Cat Brewery, where I picked up some winter ale, which I will pop one shortly now that I'm not going out.
All right.
So I will have my first of the day, but you know what they say about first of the day. All right, so I didn't give a concert review of this. I probably should have, because it was probably my second favorite concert I saw this year. My favorite was Megadeth. I saw at Jones Beach, and I had seats right next to the soundboard. So that was an incredible show. That's a great theater. I mean, I always say at Jones Beach Theater on the South Shore of Long Island, it's an amphitheater right on the water. And I've been there every year since 1984, except for 2020, which they didn't have any concerts. So I've been there at least 50 times. I see all the big names. I've given a lot of show reviews there. But my second favorite concert of the year, and it actually is coming back to the other side of the state, and it was so good I'll probably go to it again, was Roger McGuinn. And actually, it's funny you mentioned this. I've seen him twice. I saw him once opening for Joe Walsh in 1988. And I noticed I had fourth row tickets because it was a theater in the round where the stage rotated. And he was on stage. He had the knife holder thing that you have on his belt when he was playing on stage. I thought that was pretty
Did he have
funny.
a knife in it?
I saw that. Yeah.
Was it a Swiss Army knife?
I don't know what the knife was inside it, but he did have there. And then once I was And here's Richard Fusey and Adam Gerstein again. I was at the Beacon Theater in New York, which is another one of my favorite venues. I was going to see Grand Funk Railroad when they got back together with their original lineup. And there was a Tower Records right down the block. And I go to the Tower Records, and who's playing an unplugged session at Tower Records but Roger McGuinn, because he was promoting some live albums. So I've seen him twice pretty close up. I think I saw him once at IKEA. I wasn't sure if it was him or not, but I didn't bother him.
I interviewed Roger McGuinn when I was working for Mevio. He came into Mevio because he's friends with John Dvorak, and he played my Gibson Hummingbird acoustic. He played some bird songs on my Gibson Hummingbird, and I interviewed him. I got a picture of me and him somewhere. Nice guy.
Yeah, he does a show which is kind of a his life through music, and it's like part songs, part storytellers, and it was really good. I mean, he was showing stuff he learned on guitar, and he was just telling. He's like a good storyteller, and he's talking about meeting David Crosby and all this Dylan stuff. So so the next song is from him. It was written by Elvis Costello. It's another one I was going to ask you about why you never played.
I love Elvis Costello.
Okay, well, Elvis Costello wrote this next song. It was on an album called Back from Rio, I think it's called. And it was released in 1991. And that was the year of Nirvana and the Black Album and Use Your Illusion. So, I mean, an album like that's going to get lost.
Right.
It got some airplay with that Tom Petty song that's on it, but this is my favorite song on that album. It's called You Bow Down.
All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, iTunes. Oh. I forgot to turn the volume up. Oh. Did I mention I'm in the Podcast Hall of Fame, Chris Capelle?
I muted myself.
You're entitled to know why I'm making contact with acquaintances scattered all over the land. I promise you now and again that I honor the contract if it hadn't crumbled away in my hand. Well, we broke that vow independently now, but I don't know why you absolutely deny. You bow down, bow down, you bow down, you bow down, bow down, you bow down. When you first looked away, I might say it was really a kindness. It must have hurt to see how dreams sour. Now they say that justice and love are the next things to blindness, but you're getting plenty of both of them now. And so you parade where appointments are made and never meant to be kept unless you accept. You bow down, bow down, you bow down, you bow down, bow down, you bow down. You value the burnt amber of falling leaves and you long to delay. You'll feel their breath as they whisper, it won't hurt you not to betray. If you just bow down. And now every time that we meet on the edge of hysteria, your you're helping them sell off some new party line. I remember a time when you would have seemed so superior, and now you say, will you please meet this good friend of mine? So you're in demand, as long as you kiss their hand. But all the applause is for their name, not yours. You bow down, bow down, you bow down, you bow down, bow down, you bow down, you bow down, bow down, you bow down, you bow down.
I've never heard that song. That song is great. I was looking it up. You know, he wrote that specifically for Roger McGuinn, and told him how he wanted him to sing it. And Tom Petty heard it and was jealous of him. That's what the Wikipedia said, at least. That's a cool
according
tune.
to Wikipedia. Yeah, it is.
So it could be a good power pop tune. I love Elvis Costello, early Elvis Costello. That first album, I have a 10-inch. Well, I also have a record of him at Live at Hollywood High. It's a great EP. I love Exodus, the album Exodus album I'm on. We did Pump It Up. It's on that album.
Oh, the greatest Exodus album there is.
Yeah, it's an underrated album. It will go down in history as the most underrated Exodus album.
Of course. Oh, there's that Gary Holt book coming out.
I know, yeah. Maybe I'll have him on the show to promote the book. We'll see.
All right. Well, you still in good terms with him?
Yeah, he texts me occasionally. So last time he texted me, he said, "Hey, you got a check coming for you. What's your address?" So I gave him my address. And I'm in a band with the singer. We do the AC/DC band. So and Gary got up and played Sin City with the Butlers, one of our last gigs that we did.
No, it's good that, former band members, former women, they're friends with you. I mean, I like that. I mean, I wish
I was back in Exodus, but yeah.
Well, hey, you're going to be in that country band.
We'll see. If they see my Tourette's, I might not be.
Now you're all self-conscious. Cut it out.
Any more? What else? What other notes you got? So you said you were going to tell me something. You had something after this song, or was that a previous song?
No, I was just going to ask you about how to cook the pork chop.
Oh, okay. What else you got on those notes?
I got a really nice gas stove, I really got a nice kitchen, because the unit next to me went on sale right after this one did, and thank God I got this one, because my kitchen's nicer than that guy's. I didn't have to do anything. The only thing I have to do is I didn't like the ditzy bathroom knobs they had, and the light. I got kind of this crystal, not a real manly dining room light, which I'm going to get rid of. And one of my friends, Yolanta, wants that one. So
what's her name? What's her name?
Her name's Yolanta.
And is she single or married?
She's single.
What's wrong with her?
She would drive me up the friggin' wall if I.
Oh, okay.
It's like my hair cutter. My hair cutter's single, part of that scene, and I love her to death. And I'm taking care of her cat, and I've driven her to the airport. Great friend, but she would drive me nuts if I went out with her, and this Yolanta would too.
What is it about girls that drive you nuts about girls?
I don't know. There's always. I don't like trouble. I don't like drama. Oh, by the way, I was going to say this. This may be what I was thinking of. When I went down to the bodega and then I went to the brewery to buy some beer, the Space Cat Brewery, I told the guy who was selling me the beer, I used to go down there with the German because I used to dog sit a guy who lived like down the block. So all those pictures of me on Facebook with the German and the dog were at this place. But anyway, I told him I was going to be on a podcast that, we're going to sit around and drink beer and play music, and he asked me what the podcast was, so I told him. So maybe you got a new listener.
What's his name? What's his name?
I don't know his name, but it's the Space Cat Brewery in South Norwalk. And
hey, Space Cat Brewery.
Let me hold on a sec. Entertain the truth.
When I'm in Norwalk, Connecticut, I go to the Space Cat Brewery and I drink their fine Space Cat lager. The best lager in, what town is that again? I forget what I just said.
Norwalk.
South Norwalk, Connecticut. Do they have a lager?
So this is Space Cat Winter Ale.
Winter Ale. And ale. You're an ale guy. What's the alcohol volume? I'm gonna guess 5.5.
Pussy like. No, this is. Let's see what it's small type. This is 5.8.
Yeah, I said 5.5. I was a little bit low.
Yeah. Well,
do they have a lager?
If you go to, and I was there. Let's go to Space Cat Norwalk. One word.
Space Cat.
I was just
Space Cat. If you're listening, we're giving you all kinds of airtime, and this show has zillions of listeners. Send me some of that lager. Okay.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
They have a pineapple guava brown ale. They have one called Vienna Lager.
Vienna.
Which is amber malty sweet. They got one called Helles Lager.
I'll take that
Malty golden soft.
I'll take that one.
Well, let's see. I'm going to go to view all products.
What's the name of the brewery again?
Space Cat.
Space Cat. You've got your name mentioned at least 4 times. I want that lager. Send me a 6-pack. P.O. Box 155, Douglas City, California.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
96024.
No, I'll make you a deal. I'll buy you some, and then I will give it to you when I see you in New York.
Sounds good. I was hoping to get it from the Space Cat Brewery. We're giving them good plugs.
Well, I'll buy it from the Space Cat Brewery, and I'll bring it over to you.
And let them know to tune in. Say, hey, man, we really gave your podcast or your brewery a lot of plugs. Tune in at the 2-hour and 3-minute mark.
I used to go to the Nod Hill Brewery, and I sent you stuff from there. But that was my old town. That was Ridgefield. I loved Ridgefield, but here we go. Here's my first beer of the day.
I'll join you.
It's after 6 o'clock. I have different rules than you do. Okay, here we go. Take a sip of this fine Space Cat Winter Ale.
Make sure you bring me the lager, Chris Capelle.
I will.
Okay. That's good. That's good, Space Cat. All right.
So what's your New Year's resolution?
To stay married for the entire year of 2025.
Stay alive.
To stay married and get a deer this year.
All right.
And my New Year's resolution is to join. My New Year's resolution is to play music a lot for money.
All right. Well, I would
stay married and maybe get a blowjob occasionally.
I would settle for getting laid by playing music.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. I don't need to make a lot of money. I would just like to play a lot of gigs with.
All right. I'd just like to play once. They have these. I go to a couple of these. I got to find other guys. We find guys. We pick a couple songs and we just go up and
talk
play.
Into that microphone, Chris Capelle.
All right. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm talking into my beer. All right. So my.
And then he turns his head. He's not talking into the microphone.
Well, I'm looking at my bass because it's calling my name because it's lonely. No, I do have that. That one's in the closet. This is the Gretsch. This is the short. You've seen it.
You like short? I like short scale basses. The one that Billy just made me is a short scale bass. I'm not going to bring that bass to the audition. I'm bringing a 1966 Precision because I feel like that's a better first impression bass for a country band. Although I would rather play the Billy's bass, Rock and Roll Relics, because it's easier to play. But I'm going to bring the Precision. But go ahead.
I have a keyboard too, which I could practice my in my voice stuff. It's down in the basement. My daughter was using it for a while, and then my ex does what your wife does, says get it out of the house. So
right,
get your keyboard out of. So it's down. I have this storage room downstairs, and it's just packed with all that Rolling Stones crap. It's got
he sent me some crap.
Computer. Well, there's more. I got like a cooler. I got like a bunch of T-shirts. I got another. I got another one of those hoodies. Well, it's not crap, but it's not doing. I got a pair of Rolling Stone Skechers, which are women's size 7, which I offered to my daughters, but their feet are too big. Even my younger one's feet is too. Oh, she also knows Keith Richard. He lives right in Weston, Connecticut, which is 2 towns over. And his wife's family owns this restaurant called Luke's.
So Keith Richards lives 2 towns over from you.
Correct. And his wife's family owns this restaurant in Ridgefield, which I've been to, which he goes to, but I've never been there. But my daughter knows his nephew, or maybe it's his grandnephew, but I wouldn't want to put her on the spot. And
you learned something else about Chris Capelle. He lives 2 towns over from the great Keith Richards.
Oh, and well, the town I
would figure out how to run into that guy at the grocery store. I would try my best to run into him on the street.
Well, apparently, if you go to the Luke's, he goes there, and I went there one night on a match date.
How cool would that have been if you'd have taken a girl on a date and introduced her to Keith Richards?
Well, she knew the guitar player there, and I was talking to him. I'm like, "Hey, ever play with Keith Richards?" Was here? It's like, "Yeah, all the time. He's here."
You ever hear that story from that Don Rickles told about Frank Sinatra?
No.
Frank, he was on a date with a girl. What did I say? Don Rickles was on a date with a girl, and Frank Sinatra walked into the bar, and he went to Frank Sinatra's table and goes, "Excuse me, Mr. Sinatra, listen, I don't want to bother you, but I'm here with a date, and it would really impress this date if you came over to the table and said hi and acted like you knew me." And Frank Sinatra goes, "Oh, sure, I'd be happy to." And so Don Rickles is having dinner with his date, and Frank Sinatra walks up to the table and says, "Hey, Don, how you doing?" And Don Rickles goes, "Can't you see I'm on a date having dinner? Leave me alone, man." It sounded funnier when he said it, but you should do that with Keith Richards on a date, match date. All right, that bombed.
Well, yes.
Go ahead.
Roger McGuinn actually talks about when he was in Las Vegas that he walked into Don Rickles because he was playing with Bobby Darin and Don Rickles stopped and goes, "Hey, there's that kid playing with Darin," because Darin was trying to get into folk music. But I would recommend, if you see the Roger McGuinn show, it's definitely a go see. And like I said, I'm going to probably drive to the other side of the state to see it next year at the Katharine Hepburn Theater.
I like Roger McGuinn, and I like the Byrds, so yes, I would check it out if it was out here.
Yeah,
what else you got on those notes? We are 2 hours and 10 minutes into this.
Okay, we got 2 more songs. This is a song I remember from when I was a kid. One of my older sisters had this record. It was just sitting around. They used to play it all the time. It's from the 60s, but I just remember it really well. My father had, in the house I grew up in, under the attic stairs, there was kind of a walk-in closet, and he built these record shelves, and he had what we call a hi-fi then, and he used to, have hi-fi and speakers and all the scary stuff and headphones and whatnot. But, my sisters had records in there, so this one is it's kind of a New Year's whatever. Reminds me of New Year's. It's kind of the end of the year, whatever. I don't know why it does, but it's from 1968. It was produced by Paul McCartney, and it was a number 2 single in the country behind Hey Jude. So at one point, Paul McCartney had top 2 singles in the United States.
All right, and while this is playing, I'm going to go piss again. This is piss number 5, I think, 4 or 5.
4.
When I go out on the balcony and piss, I make sure I completely empty my bladder, and I even shake the hell out of my dick to get my fucking pants right now are soaked in piss. And I'm going to go.
You need to know this.
All right, here's Chris Capelle's next song.
Once upon a time there was a tavern where we used to to raise a glass or two. Remember how we laughed away the hours. Think of all the great things we would do. Those were the days, my friend. We thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We'd live the life we choose. We'd fight and never lose. We were young and sure to have our way. Da 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 Then the busy years went rushing by us. We lost our starry notions on the way. If by chance I'd see you in the tavern, we'd smile at one another and we'd say, those were the days, my friend. We thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We'd live the life we choose. We'd fight and never lose. Those were the days. Oh yes, those were the days. Da 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 Just tonight I stood before the tavern. Nothing seemed the way it used to be. In the glass I saw a strange reflection. Was that lonely woman really me? Those were the days, my friend. We thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We'd live the life we choose. We'd fight and never lose. Those were the days. Oh yes, those were the days. Da 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 Through the door there came familiar laughter. I saw your face and heard you call my name. Oh, my friend, we're older, but no wiser. For in our hearts the dreams are still the same. Those were the days, my friend. We thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We'd live the life we choose. We'd fight and never lose. Those were the days. Oh yes, those were the days. Da 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 da
There you go. Mary Hopkin. Her first album, there's 3 Donovan songs on her album. I did not know that. I'm going to have to look for this album because I'm a huge Donovan fan as well. By the way, go back and listen to the archives for the Donovan interview. That's a classic. There, Chris Capelle? I can't hear you talking.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. You can hear me.
She was cute too in pictures.
She was 18.
Oh,
He was just a youngster.
Yeah, I wonder if Paul McCartney. No, he was with Linda at the time. He didn't do anything.
No, I think he was with that Jane.
Oh, okay.
The one whose brother was Jane Asher, Linda Ronstadt's producer.
Oh, so Donovan actually wrote those two of the songs were actually written for her by Donovan. And then one of them was actually pre-recorded, previously recorded by Donovan. So he wrote those two songs. From Donovan, one of the great songwriters of the world too. And Donovan plays on the album.
Oh, breaking news! Longtime sports anchor announcer Greg Gumbel dies at 78.
Greg Gumbel, Brian Gumbel's brother.
That's correct. Just.
My
friends and I have a celebrity.
You got a celebrity death pool going? Is he in your death pool?
We all see, who's first. I'm off the grid now because I'm concentrating fully on this.
Is Brian Gumbel in your death pool?
No.
Or Greg Gumbel, I mean?
Greg Gumbel wasn't even in my radar.
I wonder how he died.
Well, Jesus, I don't know. They send me a link to the Apple News, which I don't subscribe to.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't either.
All right. Right, I'm not paying for that stuff. Anyway, now it's time to say goodbye.
Oh, okay.
We've kept this going long enough.
Kept that party going for a long time.
That will be, the party will be going in 2025. That will be my year.
Yes, good. You're going to get you're going to be like Chuck Negron from Three Dog Night. You're going to break your dick. You're going to get so much pussy.
Make it explode. That was a great book. I mean, that was such a dark book if you ever read it.
I have not read it, but I heard, he came on Howard Stern and talked about it.
All right. I read the book and I stupidly sold it on eBay when I was done reading it. And it's like worth all sorts of money now. But
really? Just like Me Alice, the book Me Alice. If you can find Me Alice on hardcover, the first pressing or whatever, there's probably only one print. That book goes for a lot too.
I offered a lot of my rock books that I've read a couple times on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook page, which you did not create, but you do. The Sheriff,
the Pay It Forward book exchange.
Yeah, and I've sent a bunch to Ralph Miller, got a couple, and a few other guys have gotten some.
So I'll send, when I finish the Ray Davies, you want me to pay that one forward and send that off?
Yeah, go for it.
Right.
I mean, I
got so many rock biographies that I haven't read yet. I like Ray Davies, so I'm going to definitely read this one. Is it? If this is on Audible?
I'm not old enough to be on Audible, so I couldn't tell you.
Backhand.
There's just some things in life are just for old people.
Yeah.
It's funny. I got a free copy because they sent it to you of, I think it was Esquire or GQ, I forget which one. And I can remember the time when I was like, oh my God, I'm not old enough for that. And now I'm reading it. It's like all people in their 40s, all hipster stuff. So that's
I've never opened a GQ.
Well, that's what helps you get laid.
Really? But GQ magazine?
Well, back in the day, I used to work in corporate America, and I had to wear a suit, and had an expense account, a corporate gold card. I mean, those were the days.
Here's something to try when you're out on a date. Does the girl ever get in the car with you when you're on the date, or no? She meets you.
Not normally. I mean, if you go on a second one.
Have some Hustler magazines like laying on the floor.
Oh, there you go.
Or in the back seat.
Oh, actually, if you want to hear something like that, a woman I know, she gave me an iPad for free, the one I still have. And because her ex-husband, somebody else, I don't want to get involved with her, but her ex-husband gave it to her and she just wanted to get rid of it. So she gave me, it's a nice iPad. It's the one I use in my kitchen.
For recipes?
For recipes. And so I brought it to I was at my next client. I was like, I pulled it out of my bag. I'm like, oh, this woman, she gave me this free iPad. And I turned it on and it was this total porn thing right in the front there,
I was
You know?
doing music for one of these dance schools because I do music for these dance teachers sometimes. And this was back when they would come to my house and do it. Now they just give me the notes and I do it. But this woman came over to my house and I told this on Mad at Dad or Good Clean Fun. And my computer locked up and it was on cfnm.com or one of those kind of sites. It had porn on.
I don't even know what that is.
It fucking locked up and she's just staring at my computer and it's locked up on this fucking porn site and I could do nothing but just sit there. She didn't say anything. She didn't.
Maybe turned her on, you never know.
That was so fucking embarrassing.
Yeah.
My
but
wife,
two things you gotta,
during a recent fight, my wife accused me of watching porn 24 hours a day. I do not watch porn 24 hours a day. I watch porn 5 minutes a day, if you get my drift. And
and you call it unwinding, call it taking care of business. It's all the same thing.
Men are different than women. Men, this is maintenance for men.
Maintenance. I never got into, I've worked on other people's computers and yes, everybody looks at porn, but I don't look at porn. It's like if somebody gave me a Playboy magazine, I'd be, yeah, that's cool, but I don't need to watch pornography.
What do you do? What do you do? You go back into the memory banks.
Well, I would watch, what do you call pornography? Is it watching people have sex? That doesn't really turn me on,
Oh, now we're going to get into Chris Capelle's masturbation.
We don't need to do that. That's why I gave you that book to keep you happy while you're
Thank you, friend.
Up there in the Arctic Circle by yourself.
Thank you. A lot of these girls are wearing pantyhose, which I'm not a big. I guess I have no problem with pantyhose, but I prefer complete nudity. Like
all right, well. Each his own.
Complete nude. Not a stitch on him. Not a shoe on him. Not a sock. Nothing. Completely nude.
Naked as the day she was born. Right.
All right.
I see you still wear your wedding ring there.
Yeah, I'm married still.
Right.
I'm married as long as the wife wants to be married. Took years off.
That's sold it on eBay. But
really? You sold your wedding ring on eBay?
What am I going to do with it?
How much you get for it?
I don't remember, but also when my mother passed away, I sold her ring too because it just made me sad,
This ring was given to me by my grandfather, so I will always have this ring.
Okay, so it was a family heirloom. Okay,
yes.
Well,
it's not an expensive ring. It's not that big of a piece, but yeah, I don't think I could get it off my finger at this point.
I get some lube on there. Look at it. No, I never asked my ex what she did with the rings I gave her, and it's up to her. I don't care. She told me she sold them. It wouldn't hurt my feelings. Anyway, my friend, we're older but no wiser, like the song said. Are we older and no wiser?
Older but wiser.
That was horrible. I just saw you yawn. That was really disturbing.
Okay. Well, you commented on my Tourette's, so touche, friend.
You can comment on my gray. I got my first gray hair, I think, at 27.
I don't have any gray hair. I'm 63. I don't have a gray hair on my head.
You. I got gray hairs in my 20s, and when I let it go, which is not now, my hair cutter's in London till sometime in January.
I gotta find a hair cutter. I cut my own hair because I can't find anybody to cut my hair.
Hold on. There goes my AirPod popping out of my friggin' freaky ear.
All right. 2 hours and 25 minutes, friends. Right. That's what you get. You too can co-host the Rock and Roll Geek Show as long as you want.
As long as you want. I'm only up halfway done with my first
I'm enjoying this, Chris Capelle. We've learned a lot.
I'm enjoying it too. But I think other people, there's so many people on, I know Joe Pollock's done it. I know the sheriff's done it. But there's so many other guys, who post great stuff, and they should do it too. But
some people don't like to talk on, don't like to call in.
No, well, that's true. But I'd call in with a good concert review.
You certainly do.
Reviews. Well, thank you. All right. So, like I said, or you said, I do a monthly newsletter for Apple products. It's not salesy. I don't sell your name. Just hit me up if you want to be on the list. The next one comes out on January 1. It comes out the first of every month. Thank God I can do this because AI is just killing the writing business.
Are you a Mac consultant?
Yes, I am. Because, I mean, I'm lucky I can do more than one thing because that AI, I mean, I know writers who are just losing their jobs,
Really?
you know?
Yeah.
Because it's things I used to have a client called Hawk Media, and I was doing writings for them, and
Now
as
they
soon
just
as
get
AI
AI
came-
to do a write. So you did blog posts for them and stuff?
Yeah, I did blog posts for companies. Like there's one called, let's say, Granite Gold. They do, you know, stone products, you know, like granite cleaner and all this stuff. And I have a granite counter. And I bought their products because I wrote about it. And you go on their website and there's a blog. Like I would write blogs for other companies.
And now they
so
get
like I
AI
wrote-
to write their blogs. They just go to chat.
Yeah, basically,
Yeah, go ahead.
I would get paid $125 to write a blog.
How many
Take me-
words?
500.
So
you
if
know,
they
it would
go on,
take-
so they go onto Chat GPT or whatever and say, write me a 500-word blog post about this.
Yes.
Huh.
So
I'm
all
gonna
they
try
need,
that.
instead of paying a guy $125 to write a 500 or 600 word thing, they get AI to write it and pay someone $25 to
Post it.
to straighten it out. You know, I
What
mean,
do you
I
mean
would
straighten it out?
well because you read AI and you can tell it
Oh,
sucks.
okay, so they try to make it look more human.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could
Oh,
get
they try
into
to.
that.
They get the facts right. They sometimes a Chat GPT will get the facts wrong.
Or just the way it's written. You know, you see, I'm naturally a writer. You know, I look at lead guitarists and I'm like, they just know what they're doing. And I couldn't play lead guitar.
You just know what
So-
you're doing on writing.
When it's writing, that's, you know, what I was born with being good at. So I can just write things that flow and say the right thing because that's what I'm good at and that's what I do. So ChatGPT can kind of be staccato and, you know, a little jarring and not doesn't flow nicely, doesn't read easily. So I mean, you would get a AI article and, you know, you want to get a human to kind of clean it up.
Right,
like
got
one of
it.
my jobs used to be for DHL.
So can you be that human that goes and cleans it up and just do it for $25?
Well, I wish I could. I mean, I used to work for DHL. They used to send me their newsletter that they send out to everybody in the company. They used to give it to me because it was written by people who really don't know how to write.
Right.
And they would give it to me and I would make it readable. And I'm sure there's a job making AI stuff readable. You know, I read this stuff and you can just tell. You read an AI stuff and you can just tell it's written by a computer. It's, you know, you can just, you know, and I'm sure it's not helpful for musicians. I'm sure it's not helpful for web designers and artists.
So
And I'm not an old
friends,
buddy.
hire Chris Capelle to write you a blog post. He doesn't do AI. He's better than AI. ChrisCapelle.com. Is that it? ChrisCapelle.com?
That's it. That's my computer site. Hold on. I don't even, let's see. I think corporate, I have another one. Let me see. Yeah. cctechwriter.com.
cctechwriter.com, everybody.
That's my writing site. chriscapelle.com is my computer consulting site. But all right, I was going to end my original. I called an audible on this.
Okay.
I wanted to end with something. I was going to end with a Simon and Garfunkel tune. I don't know if you like them.
I got
The
no
Sounds of
problem.
Silence.
Okay.
Which-
Heard it a million times. We don't need to hear it.
Right, we heard it. But it's like The Graduate.
good
The movie
song.
ends and the song plays.
Classic
and
song.
It's like, but you know what? After that last song, which
I like
is
that
a minor
last song.
key.
I like that last
Well,
song.
yeah, but it's kind. You know, I always found these songs. Do you know the song by Marmalade, "Reflections of My Life"?
No.
Well, you'll know it when you hear it, but don't play it. But that's like a sad, minor key, melancholy song.
An album
And I don't want
closer.
to end on that. Yeah, but I don't want to end on that. I want to end on it. I'm going to end on a song everybody here will like.
Okay.
So, do you have anything else to say before we do the last song?
Well, have you done all your plugs? Where are you on the Facebook?
Oh.
Chris Capelle on the Facebook.
You see me. I'm in the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook page, which you did not create,
exactly.
blah, blah, blah.
Chris Capelle, one of the great Rock and Roll Geek friends. You know how to find this show, friends. rockandrollgeek.com. Send an email, rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. Let Chris Capelle know you heard him on the Rock and Roll Geek show so that he didn't waste the money that he Venmo'd me to be on here. And I appreciate the donation, Venmo. He just sent me a donation. I'm not charging you to be on the show. You're welcome on the show anytime, but I do appreciate the donation because I'm retired. I'm retired / unemployed.
I should pay, and I'd like to pay in a big hunk and do it all at once.
Exactly.
But I'm going to Greenwich Village on the 29th of January, whenever it is. I have it on my calendar.
And we're going to drink a couple of beers, or at least a couple of beers. I will bring
you some Space Cat.
At the Mercury Lounge on January 29th, I will introduce you to Handsome Dick Manitoba, and that will be the thrill of your life, I'm sure.
There you go. All right, so for the final song,
hold on, let me finish. Can I finish my plugs?
Oh, finish your plug. Okay. I'm sorry. Look at me.
rockandrollgeek@gmail.com to email me. Go to the Facebook R&R Geek. Find me on the X R&R Geek. Find me on the Instagram, Rock and Roll Geek. Don't ask. It's a value for value. If you get any value out of this, please, friends, contribute what you can. Adam Curry originated it, but I'm carrying the value for value torch. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you very much, Chris Capelle, for coming on. It was nice to have you on. It really, I'm not just jerking your chain. It was very nice to have you. I consider you a friend. I
do too, and I hope someday there's a Rock and Roll Geek meetup.
Hope we're going to do it in Vegas. We're going to shoot for Vegas when the Baboon Show comes.
And you have all your instruments and all your friends there, and I can plug into your rig. And don't take that the wrong way. And
ouch! My butt's hurting. Is that what you mean? Is that what you're referring to? My rig?
There you go. Yeah, you're my kind of guy. All right, so for tonight's finale, just play the song and go into your train wreck, and we'll all drink beer and cook pork chops.
Chris Capelle, stay on the line. When I hang up, we'll chat. By the way,
hold on, wait. You got to play the last song.
I'm going to play one more song. Yes, after the song, stick around after the train wreck, and we will say goodbye offline. Now, I'm not going to, this is not going to be I guess kind of a bonus show, but when I had Casey on, when we do these Zoom calls, I do a Patreon only video of the episode. So are you okay with being on your face on video on the Patreon?
I would have worn a better shirt if I had known.
Well, it doesn't matter.
I'm kidding.
It doesn't matter. All you can see is your eyes. You're so low in the camera.
All right, well, because this.
So go to the Patreon, patreon.com/RNRGeek. If you want to see the video of this show, you have to be a donor on the Patreon because it will be a Patreon exclusive. All right, Chris Capelle, it was really nice having you on the show, and I can't wait to see you on the 29th. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, and thank you for when you went out of that curtain that's on your right, my left, that you stepped to the left so I wouldn't have to watch you peeing off.
Yeah, it's on the balcony. That curtain is, the sliding glass door. I just go right on the porch and
yes, but thank you for stepping off camera.
No problem. Okay, Chris Capelle, thank you for coming on. Go ahead.
You're welcome. I love doing this, and I hope everybody else does this. And I'm still halfway done with my first beer. Last time I did this, I drank a whole 6-pack of really strong IPA, and I don't even remember the end of the show. And I remember listening to it. Like, I said that little bright-eyed and bushy-tailed today. So this is from Eric Carmen's first solo album after the Raspberries.
I love Eric Carmen.
Yep, and this wasn't a single for him, but believe it or not, it was a hit for teen idol Sean Cassidy. But this is the original, and I think it's a nice, good nightly song we can all listen to and all agree on, and it kind of sums up what we're all about.
All right. Thank you for coming on, Chris Capelle. Thank you for listening, friends. Next episode hopefully will be the best of 2024, or my top 10 of 2024. I got a lot of people's notes to compare, and I got a lot of work ahead of me, and I've been putting it off. I apologize. Chris Capelle, thank you for coming on. I'll talk to you soon, friends. Give me your good vibes for that country gig that I really want. I'll talk to you later, friends.
Well, I was 16 and sick of school. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I bought a guitar, I got the fever, that's rock and roll. I played at parties, played in bars. I spent my money buying new guitars. I screamed my heart out, but how I loved it, that's rock and roll. Well, come on, everybody get down and get with it. Come on, everybody get down and get with it. Come on, everybody get down, that's rock and roll. It's when the smoking and the heat. I got your hat pounding right with the beat. Don't try to fight it, just get excited, that's rock and roll. Well, it's the roadies and the crowd. It's when the band's playing way too loud. Your hips are shaking, ain't no mistaking, that's rock and roll. Well, come on, everybody get down and get with it. Come on, everybody get down and get with it. Come on, everybody get down, that's rock and roll. Yeah. Well, come on, everybody get down and get with it. Come on, everybody get down and get with it. Come on, everybody get down, that's rock and roll. Now don't you worry about being a star. It doesn't matter who or what you are. Just get the rhythm and let it fill you. That's rock and roll. And if you feel it, clap your hands. Let's see some sweat for the boss in the band. Now let me hear ya, let me hear ya. That's rock and roll. Everybody get down and get with it. Come on, everybody get down and get with it. Come on, everybody get down. That's rock and roll. Yeah. Well, come on, everybody get down and get with it. Come on, everybody get down and get with it. Come on, everybody get down. That's rock and roll. Yeah, yeah. Well, come on, everybody get down and get with it. Come on, everybody get down and get with it. Come on, everybody.
It's a rock and roll geek train wreck.